Friends, hello, I hope you are well. It is Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday in the market and a pretty interesting day. There are crazy things going on in the world right now that could really affect the market this week. And I'm gonna slightly talk about those things because I don't want to get in trouble with old YouTube here, but I'm gonna say some names, maybe in code, but we'll talk about that. But talking about PHUN here, we are definitely we're on the wall right now with what is going to happen. It is trying. This stock is obviously trying for a squeeze, and if it's gonna happen, I think it's gonna happen here very sooner than later. With what's going on, I think it's probably going to happen here this month, if not this week. And if it doesn't, that's where I'm kind of worried that it might not happen at all. So obviously, this is one of the three Trump stocks that are moving. And I say three Trump stocks because obviously we have DWAC, we have Rumble, and then we have this one right here. And these are the three brothers that are following each other right now. If you look at them pattern, when one of them does well, usually the other one does well. I mean, they're reacting off of Trump news, and that's really what we're seeing right now. So with this stock right now, obviously, like I said, I think there's two investors in this right now that I'm seeing. I think there's obviously a majority right now is that they are in it for a squeeze. Obviously, there is potential for that right now with what's going on with this stock. And the stock is, I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie to you whatsoever. This is not something to play around with. This is a company that they have to do something here soon because the stock has not been $1 for over a year. So they're going to have to take an extension, do a reverse split, something here soon. They haven't said anything yet, but hopefully they would make mention of that before they did something so drastic and have a lot of PO'd investors with them. There are investors strictly, like I said, in here just for a squeeze, and that is great. That's fine. That's how a lot of us, a lot of people make money. And I know a lot of people have been already doing some selling and trading, making money off this. That's great. I know it's been quite easy if you're buying at 35, selling at even 38, and you're buying thousands and thousands of pounds of shares. I can't talk right now. I don't know what's going on. It's Tuesday. I'm just excited. You know what I'm trying to say here. Thousands and thousand pound shares of this stock right now, and you're selling them at just a 5%, 10% increase. Hey, you're still making a lot of money. That's really good. I think there's that too, and then obviously waiting for a bigger squeeze here, something that could shoot to 60, 70, 80, maybe even $1. And then I know there's people out there saying that this thing's going to go to crazy numbers, double-digit numbers. We'll see. Obviously, this thing has a past of doing things like that, obviously. Is that going to happen here again? I don't know particularly. But yes, the stock does have a past record of some situations like that. Now, with that too, I think there's a lot of people that are starting to buy into these Trump stocks. I think we're starting to see a pattern of that, where we have investors who have been investors. They're following this Trump pattern, and the Trump pattern has been pretty successful at this point. And listen, me saying this, I get. My comments are very 50-50, and whether you're saying something good or bad, that's fine. I don't really get hurt feelings here. I've been doing this for quite a while now, but I do want to say this. Listen, I'm in here as an investor. I'm not in here promoting or trying to do anything when it comes to politics. I'm really not. I'm just talking about what we're seeing right now in the stock market and with these companies. I find it very interesting because this has really never happened in the history of the stock market with what we're seeing right now. So saying that, getting back to this, the other form of investor we're seeing here is the long-term investor, the Trump investor. That is, people that are going well, this is attached to Trump somehow, and they don't even know how. That's whatever. And I don't think some of those people are looking at balance sheets. They're not looking at what the company is doing financially. It's not great. But they're just saying, hey, this is an affordable stock. I'm going to buy, 2,000 shares at, $400 or $500 at this point, depending where you're buying it at. So I think we're seeing just these two investors kind of flip back and forth here, but we need the long-term investors just like we need the short-term investors, the squeeze investors, to make this thing push, because that's what is going to drive something here. And obviously, I'll say this too, and I don't want to talk on this too long. You know, there's obviously the whole question of dark pools, hidden shares, all this stuff. I'm not going to get into that. I'm really not. I've been down that road quite a bit with these kind of stocks and things like that. I think this stock in general is following more of like Rumble and DWAC. It's following a pattern of good news with Trump. And I'm going to be honest, you know, the crazy thing that we have seen really flip-flop here with the DWAC is that, like, that stock in particular was taking a lot of damage with all this bad news around Trump. And now, like today, if you're looking at news here, the media is just ripping Trump apart right now. I mean, they are just like ripping him apart, and it's really doing better for him. It's like the more the media attacks him right now, he just does better. His polls are getting better. These stocks that we're seeing, they're going up more. It's like a feeding frenzy right now. What can you say here? So with that too, there's this other thing going on the other side of the world right now, where we have, I'll just say Tucker, I think you know who I'm talking about, talking to a certain person on the other side of the world right now. I'm obviously talking in code for a certain reason. Hashtag Rumble investor on that. What is that going to do? What is about to be said in that interview? What's going to happen? What is that going to do for the outcome in November? I don't know. I don't know what is about to happen with that, but I find it very interesting, and I'm really excited about it. So there's just a lot going on right now, and not to mention this month is going to be busy. We've got South Carolina and we've got Nevada here coming up very soon, where it's going to be the Republican nominees coming up here, and we expect Nikki Haley to get demolished in her home state of South Carolina. So here's where I'm at with PHUN. Long term, I'm not there with the stock yet. I'm not there. Their balance sheet, their quarterlies, money at hand, it's a mess. I'm just going to be outright with you. Look it up. It's a newer company, so I'm not sitting here like pointing the finger or blame. It's a new company. They're doing something where they're trying to become a big company. I get it. But yes, the stock is in a bit of a tailspin. Frankly, the only thing that's going to save it is the investor pushing it and trying to squeeze it into more of like $1 or more. I think the risk is worth the reward with this. And this is not me telling you as an investor to put money in this just because I'm saying this. I am in this stock for me. You have to do what you want to do. So this is like, please don't like use this as like, I'm going to go put thousands of dollars in this. You do your own research. But for me, I do like a little bit of danger in the market. I think a lot of us have our portfolios where we have all of our safe stocks where, they just go up, they do what they're supposed to do, they go down a little bit, then, they go up and they just bring us good news all the time, good quarterlies. Well, those are there. But I think a lot of us, we enjoy a little bit of chaos too and taking some chances. And I think this is one of those stocks right now where the risk could be highly worth the reward if this thing were to squeeze. And I know a lot of you have been buying, thousands of pound shares right now of this. So if this thing were to even go to 60 cents at this point, I mean, people are making crazy amounts of money. But my only fear in this right now is that obviously, the whole thing with the reverse split and all that with the company, because that's a very real situation. That's like, so if somebody's not saying that, you need to be aware of that. It's a real thing. Second of all, is there needs to be a squeeze with this. It has to be a big squeeze because people are going to be selling this at this is why we're having trouble getting up so much right now past this 42 cent mark, because people are just taking profit. And then when we're losing our place, we're starting back over, and then people buy right back in at 38 cents, 36 cents. It gets back to 42 cents, and people just like, boom, selling it. And people are taking large profits right now. That's great. The problem is it just needs more volume, more support for something to really take shape here, and that could definitely happen here. We're seeing that, and I think the driving force, what is leading to my whole argument with this stock that really intrigues me personally, where risk is worth the reward, is if Nikki Haley drops out. Not so much if, it's when. And if you're a Nikki Haley fan, I'm not trying to like throw shade towards her way or anything and be mean. I'm just like, the numbers have come out. We pretty much see what's going to happen here. I think that is going to be like another boom notch in the belt for Trump stocks, and we're going to see another wall be built here where Digital World, Rumble, and this will move up to a new high. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen here. I don't have proof. I can't say this for certain, but I'm thinking this is what's about to take shape here. I'm thinking. So friends, with that, I'm going to be quiet here. Let me know what you think. I think it is being tossed up in the air right now and waiting to be hit. I think we're seeing a bit of a setup. If it makes it to 50, that'd be a big telltale sign. Okay, I think we're good here. I think something's happening. Well, something definitely is happening, but it's struggling to get past this 42, 43. Man, I hope it can at least get to a 45 tomorrow. That would be like, okay, we made it 45. That's good. I don't have a problem with it taking its time. I like things that take its time. I just want to see it end better than it did the day before, even if it's just like a cent. That's my concern right now. I just want to see this thing continue to rise up a little bit to where people are buying in a little bit higher to where we can get higher, if that makes sense. Friends, take care. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.